Hi, have you ever wanted really soft skin? Well, I'm about to show you how to get it, and I know it works because I've tried it for the past week because I found a recipe online for a honey and sugar scrub. Now, most of you have probably heard of it. It's really nice. It actually does what it says. The sugar works to exfoliate and the honey works to not really moisturize, but soften the skin. So things you'll need: headband to pull your hair back. A ponytail, you want to put in a pony first. And then you want to go ahead and mix half sugar and half honey. That's what that looks like. It's just a honey sugar scrub. And then you will need some clips in case you have any loose hairs. Face wash, a gentle face wash that's just everyday. I use Clearasil Stay Clear. It doesn't have salicylic acid or anything in it. It's just kind of like something to wash your face with, so it's not like you're putting chemicals on your skin. You also need a moisturizer. I use Lubriderm. And if you have any makeup on left over from that, well, you want to take all that off first. And another tip is drink a lot of water. The more water you drink, the more likely your skin is to stay hydrated and to keep out dirt. So, and it not only that, it helps obviously keep you hydrated. It's really good if you want to grow your hair out and stuff because you're not putting like a lot of sugar and stuff into your body, which means that you're not producing a ton of oil. So let's get started with the tutorial. Okay, first you want to take off any jewelry that you might be wearing and put it up because the honey and sugar will stick to it. Next, you want to pull your hair back into a ponytail. Or a bun. Slit in a bun. Then you want to put a headband on. Doesn't matter which kind. I like to use the wraparound kind because they grab all my stray hairs. And this one's really big. Just like that. So there's no hairs hardly showing. Okay. Next, you don't need to wet your skin or anything. Oh, and if you have any like extra hairs that are hanging out and you can't put them up, you can just use a hair clip. You also need chapstick because this is for your lips as well. It really helps a lot. Okay, now you're going to take your honey scrub and you just want to take a little bit at a time and rub it on your skin. Like this, in circular motions. And just take a little bit as you go. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this and I'll be right back. Okay, now that I've got it all over my face, I don't know if you guys can tell, we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to take warm water and rinse it off. After I rinse all this off, I don't recommend using a rag to wipe it off because you already exfoliated and the rag is just going to irritate your skin. So you use your hand. It might take a little bit to work it off, but the honey will come right off because it'll mix together and it'll come off. Now, I've found that sometimes my skin is a little sticky or a little more dewy than I'd like it to be after I take the honey and sugar scrub off. So I go ahead and take my face wash, and I just take a little bit and wash my skin off. And then, just because it might dry it out a little bit, I go ahead and moisturize afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead and go in the bathroom and do that, and I'll let you guys see how I do it. And then we'll be back, and I'll show you what else I do. Another thing with the scrub is to go ahead and before you rinse it off your face, is to put it on your lips. The good thing about honey is it never spoils. and it tastes good. So you can just leave it in a container. I try to make enough for a week, just so I'm not having to mix them together all the time. But I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this stuff off, and then I'll show you what I do after. Okay, so now that it's all rinsed off, you can go ahead and moisturize. Now, if it's summertime, I recommend just using an SPF because with it getting hot and humid out, it's gonna, I don't know, you just don't want to use a ton of moisturizer unless it's like a light moisturizer that has SPF in it. That would be great. I love using that kind. For right now, I'm just using this because it is winter, and I still recommend using an SPF, but I like this because it's not greasy and it makes my skin feel really, really soft. So I'm just gonna take a little bit. You really don't need a lot. Rub it between your fingers. Get your driest spots first, and then get the rest. You shouldn't have to work it in, because you don't want a ton. So, after you do that, and since you did your lips too, you want to moisturize. I'm just using a cherry chapstick, because it smells good, and it moisturizes my lips really, really well. So, I recommend using this facial scrub at least 3 times a week. If you have really bad blackheads or acne, it will get rid of it, because I've only used it for a week and I've noticed a really big difference. You don't need to go out and buy like the big expensive face kits like Proactive and stuff when you can just use a scrub every few days and then moisturize. Another thing to keep in mind though is you do need to drink a lot of water no matter what scrub or facial wash you use. And then that's pretty much all there is to it. With this, I don't really have to wear a lot of foundation, which is nice because I don't like wearing foundation all the time, unless it's a certain time because it makes my face feel really heavy. I like wearing it in the winter though because of how dry it gets out. And then you would just style your hair and makeup as you normally would. But that's all there is to it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It just makes my skin really soft. And if you don't believe me, I really recommend you try it because I was skeptical at first. I was like, oh, it'll make my face sticky and all that. And I was like, no, it's just another thing. No, it really does work. I've had so many, I told my friends to use it and they really like it. And you don't even have to use it just for your face and your lips. You can use it for your elbows and your knees and your feet. And it'll make your skin really, really soft because it removes all that dead skin without being too harsh. So, I'm going to try and make some more videos. Hopefully post them today or whenever I get them up. But stay tuned.